What's up, everybody? Welcome to another one. Starting off at the dairy. This is my cousin's dairy. Uh, he's been having trouble with some coons. In fact, right here on his feeding floor, the other day we had some coons out here wandering around in the middle of the day. So he also had an issue with them getting in some of his feed wagons, and I'm pretty sure I know where they're coming from. So we're gonna try and cut them off before they get here. Now you can see the barn there in the background behind me still a little bit, but I'm actually down in this kind of creek drainage, and I'm pretty sure this creek runs there by the barn pretty close, and my cousin and I are both pretty sure that this is where they're coming from. So I'm looking around, scouting real quick, seeing if I can see any tracks, because we had some rain during the last couple days. So far I haven't seen anything, but I have seen a few like small game trails. I'll probably set them up on that. And I'm just going to start out with 3 traps. So I think we're going to stick them on the higher bank sides along this creek, probably on both sides. That way we have both sides covered, and maybe we can get a few coons. I know in the past I've walked this creek scouting before deer season, and I've seen coon tracks everywhere. So there's a good possibility that we'll have something come tomorrow morning. But let me find us a good setup and I'll bring you back then. Okay, first set we got right there. It's kind of coming along this little cutout that sweeps across both banks here. And it's fairly close to the barn here. This will probably be the closest one that I put out. But I'd say those coons will kind of probably come off either this bank coming from over there or come down this edge right here, and if they cross by, why they'll come across that trap right there. So we'll carry on to the next one. I think our next trap is going to sit right here next to this guy. He doesn't seem to be too excited, and he's a little camera shy, but same general idea. I have a small cut path. I'm sure it's from the cows, as you can tell by the cow pie. But I think I may put one here unless I find another prospect nearby that is any better. So I'll keep scouting out here. Okay, I went ahead and moved this second set down, and I actually had to use a stake. This one doesn't have a piece of cable on it. Area I'm trapping here is a little more open, but it's also where that branch of the creek and this branch of the creek kind of meet. There's a few coon tracks right there in that soft dirt, and then it's pretty open across there. So not really any coon habitat, but there's a lot more woods over here, and of course along the creek line here. I think that's still where they're moving. So I'm gonna search around, try and find me one more spot. I thought about putting another one there, but I hate to overload it. And I'm just using cat food there in the bag to bait all these traps. So they should be pretty well baited. Cat food I really like to use. So let's find one more good spot here. Alright, this set right here is actually between the last one and where I seen that turtle. And it's kind of on high bank, like right there's the creek. And this is up higher on the bank, and there's a little kind of game trail that runs right here along the upper edge along it. So I think that those coons will be coming by. Hopefully they'll smell that cat food and want to take a bite. So a couple things probably should address in this. If you hear some of that background noise, they're actually chopping corn, so it may not be as successful as I hope tonight, but we can keep them out. Second thing, you're probably thinking, Ethan, you're in Missouri and it's like early August. Why do you have traps out? Missouri introduced a longer trapping season this year. So right now until October 31st, I believe, it's basically a nuisance season, if you will. so it's open to raccoons, possums, and skunks. And I think they're doing that mostly to help out the turkeys. Turkeys haven't been doing super hot in the last few years, and then we had some pretty good floods. You may have heard around in the news even recently. I know St. Louis got like 7 or 8 inches of rain in like a day, and they were getting flood relief. So putting some of these out, one, like I said earlier, help my cousin out, keep his coons out of his feed, and 2, help turkeys out. So we're out here trapping in early summer. Fur won't be really worth anything at all. I mean, they aren't whenever they're prime, really. I mean, maybe $1 each, as we seen last year. Some of you guys that are what I know will watch this, you'll know what I'm talking about. But right now, it's just really a pest management thing. And coon populations, they've shown in the past, MDC has done a few surveys, studies, and I think like 10 years ago they said that they were overpopulated, and I'm sure since fur prices stay down that it's staying that way. So I'll bring you back tomorrow and we'll see what we have. Alright, first set, and looks like we had some luck last night. Seems to be a fairly young little coon, which kind of seems to be expected. And he's actually the closest set here to the barn, so I'd say he was on his way over to get some feed last night. So it's pretty early in the morning. I thought I'd come out here first thing. Be kind of bad to leave these guys out in the heat all day long, although he's got some shade here. Just not cool to leave him out here that long. So I've already went ahead and checked out the other traps, and there's nothing in there. So I'll probably go ahead and take care of this guy, and then we'll get reset, and we will have us another trap set out here. Manny did a number. He worked on that probably all night trying to get out of there. But pretty little coon. Would rather see him in the wintertime, but given the way that everything's happening, why, best to go ahead and take him out. I think that's going to be it for this video. Not a whole lot to it, but you're going to get a general idea of going forward what we're going to be looking at probably. Probably have a little bit of nuisance trapping going on. So if you enjoyed the video, leave me a thumbs up, comment down below. I always enjoy talking to you guys. If you want, go ahead and share it with everybody, and be ready for some more trapping videos to come. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.